Well, welcome to Harvest Haven again. This is my latest wild idea. We're building a series of ponds on the farm. We've built 3 this fall, and I'm hoping to build 20 to 25 in total. It's more of a philosophical idea, I guess, than an idea that's been proven. But I firmly believe that if we take care of every creature, every dragonfly and every vole and gopher and rabbit and coyote, if we include all the organisms and we organize and provide for them, that we're going to end up with a more diverse ecosystem and more stable weather patterns and just more vibrant crops. You know, and it kind of seems like just an idea, but you know, when you think about sitting down and eating a meal, would you rather see your carrots being grown within 20 feet of a beautiful pond with birds bathing in the water and drinking and all kinds of different beetles and bugs? Would you rather eat that carrot, or would you rather eat a carrot, you know, that was planted 200 acres at a time? And so it's kind of this idea that I don't know, I guess I'm having a hard time expressing it, but just that life is precious and valuable, and it's our job as stewards of the land to create as much vibrant life as we possibly can. And seeing as we're in southern Alberta and water is scarce, I think it's going to make a really dramatic impact on the ecosystem here if we take away that water scarcity. Because, you know, it's one thing to irrigate, but when you irrigate, which is great for the plants and everything, it's not standing water. It's not creating the kind of microclimate that brings a whole host of other organisms. And so we want lots of organisms, and we want lots of healthy organisms, but we also want lots of diversity of organisms. And you know, there are certain birds that are only going to make a nest on your property if there's a flat pasture, a little bit of brushland or tree, and a pool of water. And if they need all those things to live and you provide them, then they'll come. And so part of creating biodiversity on your farm is creating all the different possible solutions, all the scenarios. You know, if it's a bird that nests in the forest but hunts on the grassland, then the longer, you know, lineal area you have dividing your forest and your pasture, the more biodiversity you're going to have. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. So we're in the middle of a pond right now that is finished being constructed, but it's not filled up with water. We're not using rubber pond liners. We're actually, you can see it in some of the video, but we over-dig the hole, and then we take some of that loose material, and I don't know if you can see in the photo the little granules here in the soil, but we mixed in bentonite clay with the clay that was existing in the hole, blended it together, and then had the hi-ho operator here compact it just to get good compaction. And then when we fill it up with water, all that bentonite clay swells to 15 times its size and just creates basically an organic pond liner. And because a rubber pond liner doesn't let the insects that burrow into the bank for the winter, doesn't let them do that. Whereas a natural clay liner to a pond, you know, facilitates a lot more microbiology and small insect fauna. So yeah, this one here is the simplest of the ponds. Some of the other ponds you'll see there's a great big pipe in the middle that goes down about 8 feet. And so some of the ponds are going to be having that pipe so that it regulates the temperature, keeps it from freezing in the winter and getting too hot in the summer. And then some of the ponds are going to have a hard water, like St. Mary's irrigation water in them. Whereas like this pond here is going to be off of one side of a big machine shop we have, will collect the rainwater. So then this is going to be a soft water pond because it's going to have a different microbiological subset to it. So we're just trying to create all kinds of different circumstances building these ponds. Oh, looks like this is cracking a little bit. Don't try this at home, folks. This pond here, it also has a great big pipe down in the ground to regulate temperature. but it's got what they call a drawdown zone. So this whole half the pond is fairly shallow. So even if I fall through here, I'm only going down about 1.5 feet. But there's a lot of insects and plant life that exist in that shallow zone in a pond. And so then we put these rocks in here so that some of our organic matter gets trapped here, and then we start getting some of your bulrushes and cattails and stuff growing in here. And then you get all the different, nesting birds and insects that come as a result of that. So all the ponds that we're creating, we're trying to create just slightly different circumstances, whether it be hard or soft water, or shallow or deep or warm or cold. Whether there's a bunch of debris in the pond for sheltering different organisms, or whether you have decomposing wood and leaves in the pond, or whether it's a cleaner pond. We want all of it. And so we're just getting that much more biodiversity on our farm. I'm just hoping to see lots of life. And then I guess I'm just believing that that's going to positively impact the quality of the food and the quality of the soil. And when you partake of food, you're partaking of everything that was behind it. All the intentions, all the thoughts, all the ideas, all the belief systems. And so it makes a difference for the person eating the food if there was a righteous intention behind creating it, a loving intention, and not just love of money, not just love of production, but love of worms and of water spiders and garter snakes, love of all of creation, and a respect and a humility that we can't just decide which organisms make us money and which ones don't, because you really don't know in the end which ones make you money and which ones don't. You don't know which bird saved you from having to lose a crop or use pesticide. We don't have all those things figured out. And so it's just about, I guess, just wanting the best for people and for the land we're given to steward for our time here on earth.